Okay, today's video is about Angkor Wat, which is in Cambodia. But before that, I need to show you something about the beginning intro that I just played. God's Spirit leads me into all things, and whatever it is that I am, I know what I'm looking for, and so God literally leads me to it and says, there it is. Some people might say that's kind of cherry picking, but it's not. Everything that I'm pointing at is what I've already seen, so I'm looking at it and looking for it. So yeah, that's the life of whatever I am. Is everything tells me where it is, what it's doing, and what it is. So here now again is confirmation proof in the video that you just saw of what I say is true. I say that a halo wave shoots up, spins out to one side, crosses itself, and then comes around into a horseshoe halo wave, and then becomes an Ouroboros torus ring. I've said that one is travelling clockwise and one is travelling counterclockwise, and this is how a magnetic field works as well. Well, now because of the intro, I can show you that. So I'm just going to repeat the point of where you see one going clockwise and one going counterclockwise. This means you're going to see a leader running upwards, and next to it you're going to see a leader running downwards, which means they are two separate rotations. Thanks, Lord, for showing me everything. All this was given to me in visions, and none of this is mine. I haven't made any of this up. I haven't thought about anything. The Spirit has led me into everything. I've seen the beginning to the end. So just know that I boast in the Spirit of God, because He is absolutely awesome, and I can't stop any of this. So yeah, here we go then. So just before we see Angkor Wat, here's direct proof again of what I've said about all energy flow is true. So here we go, we have one going up, one going down. So just going to repeat that a lot of times, up, down. That means the one on the right hand side is going, as we see it, clockwise. The other leader is going counterclockwise, going downwards. So I have from this side, because this is a smoke ring in light, it passed through a gap in my curtains, and so you saw the movement of all the leaders which spin from one side to the other. So there it is again, direct proof, up, down, which means each leader is travelling in an opposite direction to the other, and they've spun round from the back here to the front on the right, and they're going in opposite directions. So thank you. Confirmation of my theory from God, confirmed again. Okay, now on to Angkor Wat. Okay, to start off, we've got one of my diagrams on the left there, which is magnetic flow around a magnet, which means you've got like you've got all your straight lines at the bottom, which should be kind of in a dome with a lot of stuff going on in there. Then you've got your crossover point, and then you've got your kind of pine cone shape at the top, which is the flow through and around a magnet. I then showed it in frozen ice, so we have our circles at the bottom, then we have our inertia crossover, and then we have all that pointy thing going up, and then we have Angkor Wat on the right there, and what is on her head? On her head is exactly what I've shown. Energy flow. I mean, it's in there's three of them, and everybody's heard about Tesla and everybody else who talks about threes and everything else. I don't really care about that. What I'm saying is that's energy flow with or without a magnet. They're both exactly the same because all energy travels the same. And so that picture of Angkor Wat is what I've drawn there. It is energy flow. All mythology is about energy flow, which is why every single mythology looks the same or similar to the last one, and they were thousands of years ago when either demons or gods were roaming the earth. So let's go on to a few more pictures to see if this pattern is in everything else. These next pictures are of heteromach formations. A heteromach formation is one of the strongest supporting structures that you can actually design, because the downward energy is then forced around the ring. That bulge is where the energy then slows itself down and spreads itself out, then it comes back in and shoots downwards. And that's a heteromach formation in ice. That's a heteromach formation in plants. That's a heteromach formation in plasma. Heteromach formation in some kind of microscopic thing in water. Plasma discharge, Parat's column, heteromach. Ice, heteromach formation. And a rocket shooting out energy, heteromach formation. These can be seen in ice and all sorts, and it's how energy travels. Now this picture is very interesting. He is wearing the pine cone hat, and basically it's about energy. All the pine cone shapes are, it's about energy. And then we see this picture, and so now you know where the mythology of wizards and wizards' hats came from. Energy was supposedly either going in or coming out of this man's head, and they would wear hats to direct energy flow. That's what it's all about. Directing energy, because we are magnetic beings and our inertial plane is our heart, which is our EM generator, which sends out energy. So that is where the idea of the wizard's hat came from. And let's not forget the dunce's cap, which is where you were made to sit in a corner and wear a dunce's hat, a pointy hat, in the hope of becoming more intelligent. So there's where that came from as well. This one is especially nice for me because the spirit tells me what I'm looking at. I can't help it. If you look at the top right picture right there, you will see a rolling wave that then transforms itself into a flower. On the right hand side there, you will see the same thing happening. It is as if somebody took an MRI scan of energy travel and then displayed each separate picture. So going from left to right, you see it transforming into a flower, which is basically the pine cone on the people's heads as well. So it's basically showing us the progression of a magnetic field and how it propagates. That is how it does it. And then finally we have the pictures that I've been drawing about the shape of magnetic fields, and then these are various pictures from around Angkor Wat, which basically are telling you the exact same shape, because everything in the past was about energy flow, whether it was demons or angels or gods roaming the earth or just people had powers, I don't even know. But they had technology that has been denied because they knew about magnetic fields and energy flow. So to say people in the past were Neanderthals and thick and had no brains is an absolute lie, outright lie. We were smarter in the past. We're dumber than a bag of hammers right now, myself included. It's only by God's wisdom that I've been allowed to understand all this, and I'm trying to relay it in layman's terms so that you can see and understand, because that's what it is. God wants you to have your whole brain illuminated so you can understand what God is all about. God is energy. He isn't matter. He is pure energy. And that's what all these pictures show. And this final one here, well, you can see all the double helixes in the snake skin, and that's exactly what a snake skin is vortex tubes shooting outwards, and that forms the double helix compression pattern on the outside. So there's a million more pictures from Angkor Wat. I didn't want to make this video too long, so hopefully you see what I'm talking about, because everything that I'm showing you in every single medium, in every single discipline, in every single science, whether it be philosophy, biology, chemistry, physics, everything moves the same way, and everything from our past tells us this now that God has given me the key to open it all up. Energy only travels one way, and that's what influences matter. Thank you very much. My name is Lee, and I follow the Christ and his teachings and his commandments. Thanks a lot.